If you work at the front desk of a medical office, I want you to stop asking patients one question. Do you want to pay your copay? Seriously, stop asking it. Because the moment you ask a patient if they want to pay, you've turned a payment request into an optional decision. And let's be honest, if someone asked you whether you wanted to give them $50 today, what would you say? Probably no. So let's talk about why the words you use at the front desk matter and how to ask patients for payment confidently, professionally, and without making a conversation awkward. Here's something I want to make clear. Most receptionists aren't bad at collecting money. They're just uncomfortable asking for it. There is a difference in that. You may feel like you're being rude. You may worry that the patient may become upset. Maybe you've had someone argue with you before. So without even realizing it, you soften the conversation. You say things like, "Would you like to pay today? Do you want to take care of your copay? You can pay if you want. We can always bill you." Those phrases feel polite, but what the patient hears, payment is optional. And most of the time, that's not the message we're trying to send. Let's clear something up. Asking a patient what is due is not rude, it's not aggressive, and it's not poor customer service. If your practice has determined that a copay or a balance is due and your policy is to collect the amount at the time of service, your job is to simply communicate that clearly. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to sound nervous. And you definitely don't have to ask whether the patient feels like paying. You simply state what is due. Instead of saying, "Would you like to pay your $40 copay today?" Say, "Your copay for today's visit is $40. How would you like to take care of that?" Notice the difference? You're asking what method they would like to use to take care of that, not if they want to take care of that. The first question asks if they are going to pay. The second question asks how they're going to pay. That's a small change in language, but it's a completely different conversation. Here's another example. Don't say, "I see you have a balance. Did you want to pay anything on that today?" Instead say, "I see a remaining balance of $125 on your account. How would you like to take care of that today?" It's clear, professional, confident, no attitude, no judgment, and it's just information. Now here's one of the best collection tips I can give you. After you state the amount due, stop talking. Seriously, stop talking. Let the patient respond. Receptionists often become uncomfortable with silence, so they'll say, "Your copay is $50. Pause, pause, pause. But if you can't pay it, that's okay. Or we can probably bill you. Or you can pay next time." You just negotiated against yourself. The patient didn't even object. You created the objection for them. State the amount and ask how they would like to pay. Then pause. Most times they will fill the pause with, "Yes, I would like to pay with Visa, MasterCard, whatever." Your copay is $50. Silence is not rude. Silence gives the patient the space to respond. Confidence comes from understanding the balance. If you're asking someone for $200 and you have no idea why they owe it, you're naturally going to sound uncertain. That's why a good collection conversation begins before the patient reaches the desk. Know what you're looking at. You should be able to explain the amount in one simple sentence. For example, "That's your $30 specialist copay for today's visit." Or, "This is your remaining balance from your visit on March 10th, after your insurance had processed that claim." Or, "Based on your benefits provided by your insurance, We're estimating your responsibility for today's procedure to be $250. When you understand the balance, you sound confident. And when you sound confident, the patient has more confidence in the information you're giving them. Here's another habit I see and hear all the time. The receptionist looks at the computer and says, well, the computer says you owe $75. Don't blame the computer. The computer isn't asking for payment. You are communicating information from the patient's account. Instead say, I see a balance of $75 remaining on your account. If they ask why, then explain what you can see. It appears from your January 15th visit after your insurance processed the claim, you had a balance. And if you don't understand the balance you see, don't guess. Say, let me review that a little more closely before I give you an answer. That sounds far more professional than just making something up. This is where many receptionists immediately give up. The patient says, just bill me. And the receptionist says, okay, conversation's over. But before you do that, remember your practice may have a policy requiring collection at the time of service. So a better response would be, we do ask that copays be collected at the time of the visit. Are you able to take care of that with a card today or a check? Again, calm, professional, very matter of fact. If the patient still cannot pay, follow your practice's policy. Maybe the account can be billed. Maybe a supervisor needs to be involved. Maybe payment arrangements are available. Your job is not to embarrass the patient or argue with them, but your job is also not to abandon the collection process at the first sign of hesitation. Stay calm. Don't match their emotion, and don't immediately become defensive. If the patient says, I've never had to pay this before, you might say, I understand why you'd ask that question. Let me show you what I'm seeing on the account. If they say, my insurance should cover everything, try, I understand. Based on the benefit information we received, a $40 copay is showing for today's visit. I'm happy to review that with you. Notice what you're not saying. You're not saying they're wrong. You can be firm without being confrontational. Here's the mind shift I want you to take back to the front desk. You're not asking patients for a favor. You're communicating their financial responsibility according to the information available from your practice. That's it. You're not judging them. You're not assuming whether they can afford it. You're not deciding whether the amount is fair. You're professionally explaining what is due and following your practice's collection policy. If the patient has a question, help them. If something looks wrong, investigate it. If they cannot pay, then follow your office's procedure. But don't make the payment optional simply because you're uncomfortable asking. Stop asking, do you want to pay today? Instead, understand the balance, clearly state what is due, and ask, how would you like to take care of that today? Then, stop talking. Give the patient a chance to respond. The best front desk conversations aren't aggressive. They're clear, they're respectful, and they're confident.